jokes that it's the only.
Hey everybody, Kim here with Little Biz Resources, and I actually have to run over and grab something real quick. It's going to take me a couple of minutes, so my daughter's going to get this started by sharing some jokes, and then I will be back in just a few moments. All right, Cassandra, you can do whatever you want to do, baby.
Okay.
Here you go. Like I said, you just pause between it, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Knock, knock. Who's there? Which? Which who? What I what? Knock, knock. Who's there? Nether. Nether who? Nether mind. Knock, knock. Stand. Stand back. I'm going to blow this door down. Knock, knock. Ice cream. I scream every time I see a creeper. Why didn't the guest ever do its chores? It never had time. Had the time.
You have more jokes?
One more joke.
That's fine. I gotta. Go ahead. Tell the joke.
When do guests get most of their work done? They work from Monday to Friday.
That is a good one. Thank you, sweetheart.
I think I got one. No. Yep, that's all of them.
That's all of them? Okay, so that is all of them. So that was my daughter. Thank you, Cassandra. Yay! She wants to be a YouTuber, so give her an opportunity, right? All right, so let me go ahead and quick save this. Why is this? I'm going to try to share this into the Facebook group real quick. And there it is. I'm going to say share. More options, I guess. One more option, and it's share to a group. Oops. Live. If you can. All right. Thursdays are really busy. I'm not going to say it's a bad day. It's a really busy day. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, what I wanted to do is I want to show this off. But before I do that, I said I want to talk about two elements that you need for business. So let's quick talk about those because you need them, right? And this is something that I see all the time when people come into our group or when I'm talking to people one-on-one. What I hear them saying is they lack one of these, okay? One is a monetization method, and two is marketing. And I'm going to put advertising there as well because it can be an either or both. Advertising is a form of marketing, or you can say marketing is a form of advertising. However you want to say it, I don't care. This is not a formal business school class. We're just talking, hey, this is what we need to do, right? So actually, let's eliminate the other distractions real quick. I'm going to make this bigger. You Zoom, maybe? Oh, that's easy. Right? All right, so we've got monetization method and marketing and or advertising, right? What is a monetization method? You make money with something, right? You need to make money with something. And then you need to get it in front of people. That's the two steps. Oh my gosh, you now know the secret to making money online. Now, that doesn't mean that either one of these are easy, right? And so one of the things that, for those who've been following this for a little while, I've been working on an ebook, and it's called $10,000 a month with only 10 sales. Now, that title is specifically created to catch people's attention, right? And I'm sure there will be plenty of people who open that book and go, wait a second, this isn't as easy as you made it sound on the title, because it's not going to be that easy, right? It can be. Don't get me wrong, it can be, but there's an element to marketing that a lot of people miss out on, and a lot of people miss out on monetization. They'll buy a course and they'll be like, "Look, I'm going to make money with Facebook." I'm like, "Really?" And this is my favorite, because there are courses out there that say you can make money with Facebook. And usually what they say is go pick some affiliate links and put them on Facebook. I'm surprised. I'm actually baffled that people still teach it that way, because that almost never works. I don't know very many people that make a living from just blasting affiliate links on Facebook somewhere. And then they may have a thing, oh yeah, just put some value in there, blah, 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 maybe. But the reality is that if your monetization method is affiliate marketing, then you have specific marketing strategies that you can and can't do, or should or shouldn't do. And then if your monetization method is e-commerce, are you almost done with that, Sandra? I guess she's done. She's got her headset on. And then if you're in e-commerce, as an example, you have different types of marketing methods. And one marketing method, for example, in e-commerce is marketplaces, right? Marketplaces, at least traditionally, have been somewhere that helped with marketing. Now, they're not 100%, they're doing all of the marketing for you, even though they are trying really hard to become that. You still have to, drive traffic to your products and promote your products elsewhere as well, to try to get some, like Amazon as an example. That's a marketplace, right? Etsy, it's a marketplace. Now, Amazon it's so much competition on Amazon now that it's really difficult to use that as a marketing method. Now, it's okay to have it on there. You might get some traffic, but if you don't have the right strategy, even internally on Amazon, it may not act as a marketing method anymore. So now you're stuck with, I have a product I'm selling, but I have no marketing method, no legitimate marketing method. Because if you're going, hey, I'm a brand new seller on Amazon, there are strategies and techniques that you need to implement to be able to get your product in front of people, right? And that will depend on the product. I'm gonna tell you that now, right? I sell on Amazon, though I'm really thinking about stopping it, because Amazon keeps changing things. Right? They keep changing things and saying, look, we're going to mandate you do this. And if you have quite a few listings, you have to go in and change them all. Right? So if you don't have somebody dedicated to helping with that, you're doing a lot of busy work just to stay on an increasingly difficult marketplace. And so then you go, okay, well, I'm going to go to Etsy. Etsy's doing the same stuff right now. Right? Chrissy's our Etsy expert in the group. And her and I, we have shops in the top 1% and 2%. She has the top 1%. I'm in the top 2%. And there are strategies you still have to do to get in front of people. And it's funny, because somebody reached out to my sister the other day and they're like, oh yeah, I followed this lady on YouTube and I implemented like 3 of the things she said to do. And I got like 30 sales, or somebody she knew or something like that did that. And I was like, well, that sounds great. I looked up the person and I'm listening to it and I'm going, oh my gosh, this person is selling their stuff. That's what they're doing. And what they're doing in order to do that is they're bashing other experts. Right? I would say that Chrissy is an expert. She's in the top 1% of shops. We can prove she's in the top 1% of shops. So when somebody says, oh, well, I make money on Etsy, you should listen to what I say. Yeah, probably, if they're making money. But then when I hear somebody go, oh, hey, and this is exactly what they said. They were talking about SEO methods, and this technically isn't an SEO method. And perhaps that's why she said this, but she basically said the advice of putting more listings on Etsy is to make money is crap. And I said, and as soon as she said that, I'm like, this lady's not an expert. She's not, because that's not an SEO strategy. That is math, right? That is math. Now, I don't know what Common Core math teaches now. Okay. Just to throw that in there. I do not know what that teaches now. But what I can say is that the laws of math still apply when you're selling something. You want to sell more stuff, you have more stuff available. Now, can you do well with just one item and be plenty busy with the item? Maybe. I would question that on Etsy, only because Etsy is a marketplace. If you're on your own store, other people's products are not being pushed over your listing. You're not having to worry about all these different things where Etsy's recommending other products and stealing your customers, right? So and Amazon does the same thing. I think eBay does the same thing. All these marketplaces, they're doing the same thing, right? They want sales. They don't care who sells. They just want sales. So they're trying all of these different techniques to sell something. It's the same thing as if you had your own store, right? Yeah, you have a product, but you might want to upsell them or cross sell them. And, you might focus on the ones that sell the most, but then you're going to offer other things to try to get them to buy more, right? Or to buy, period. So it's not like their strategies are any different than something we would do on our store. It's just that it's different when it's your own products competing with your own products. I mean, who cares if they buy product A and product instead of product B when they came in, if it's still from you? But when you're on a marketplace, product A is yours and product B is someone else's, right? So you have somebody telling you, oh yeah, one listing on Etsy and you can do fine. I question that as an expert. And she sells the course and everything. And I have to question that as an expert because the math behind it just says the likelihood of you creating a single product and putting it on Etsy and doing absolutely nothing else except for Etsy SEO, which of course you're following whatever Etsy says and they just make it up. I just question that. So anyway, you've got to have a monetization method and a marketing method. Okay. You have to have both. You have to be able to make money from what you're doing, and you have to be able to get in front of people and get them to buy that, right? So there's really obviously more elements to it, copywriting aspect, conversion elements that you can do and stuff like that. But those are like those are just little teeny tiny things that are in between. The two core things you have to have is a way to make money and a way to reach your audience. Okay. And so I'm going to give another example where I had somebody in our group was doing really, really good. They reached out to me and they said, hey, you know what? I've built up my following on Facebook and I've got all these people, but I'm not making any money. And I said, well, how do you make money? And I can't remember exactly how they make money, but they said, oh, I sell some item. And I said, okay, well, have you put it in front of your audience? Well, no, they can't buy it. So that was my favorite one so far is when I have something to sell, but I'm not telling anybody about it, right? So there's that same thing right there. They had a monetization method. They didn't know if it was going to work or not. And that's the other thing, right? You might pick something and you might pick a monetization and a marketing method that don't really exist together, right? They don't work well. And I hate to say this, especially as I'm streaming live on Facebook, but Facebook may not be the best audience to promote your products on, right? Facebook's reach has minimized, but I'm going to tell you the math on that too. One of these days is that it always cracks me up when I'm like finding my mouse. I can see it on two screens. There it is. It always cracks me up when I have people say, well, you know what? Social media reach is down. You need to make sure you're capturing emails. I cannot tell you the frustration I have with that. And I don't disagree with that. Don't get me wrong. I don't disagree with that. I do think you need to be capturing emails. There's a lot of different marketing and advertising strategies that you can implement with that. But if your concern is organic reach and you're saying, well, the answer to this problem is email marketing, no, it's not. And the reason why is because email marketing still has a really low open rate, right? So if you're thinking, okay, first of all, my reach on Facebook, which doesn't mean clicks, it just means how many people see it, right? Is 1 to 5%. If you have a smaller audience than that and you're getting a 10% open rate, you're not reaching much more. You're not reaching a ton more people. Now you should still do it, but that should be one of the strategies that you're implementing. It should be, and again, I'm going to use this term again. You should be having a marketing omnipresence approach, which means everywhere. You need to be everywhere. And we use software and technology to help us with that. And it's not easy, right? If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it and everybody would be doing much better. But it's not easy. You have to set up different channels. You have to set up the strategies. You have to decide what, you only have so much time and so many resources. That goes for whether you're a huge brand or somebody just starting out, right? That doesn't matter. You have a finite amount of everything when you are trying to do marketing. You can't have an infinite amount of dollars. Now, I know there's the math where people go, well, if you spend $1 and you get $2, then you would put as much money as you can into it. I get that. I understand that. But until you get to that point, the conversation is, I have a budget, right? And that's until you get to the point where you are making money from what you're putting in. You don't put a stream of money into something that's not making you anything. And so that's why you have to make sure that you have those two elements and they align. And this was a harsh reality for me this week, as I couldn't get anything done. It was driving me crazy, right? It was driving me crazy. So I take that back. I did get it done. get a couple things done. First of all, there should be a link for the ebook. I got to find the right page for that. Let me pull up my it is, where is it? I don't have it on the screen. You guys can't see it, but here we go. Let's go ahead and I'll pull up the page. The link that's there should go to this. Oh, I hope I posted the right link. Guess I'll find out, right? It's either that or the direct download link. One of the two. Nope, I did do the right one. Yeah. So now this is where it got a little interesting this week. So I guess we'll talk about a little bit about progress. So I decided to can any type of goals for posting pins or posts or doing any type of other content until I got the ebook finished. Right. So and to get the ebook finished also required me to mostly finish the affiliate marketing course, because there's references to it like instantly, right? Like, hey, check out the affiliate marketing course, check out the affiliate marketing. So I'm like, I can't really push this out there if it's not ready, since it's like a really good resource for anybody who wants to choose that method, that approach. So I'm like, okay, I need to get that finished. So it's all there. The affiliate marketing course is there, and you can actually see it on the Little Biz Resources site. You can see right here, free affiliate marketing course. And we talked a little bit about this last week, where you've got the top. This is kind of an overview. And then when you come down here, you have to sign up, or you can go through Messenger. Messenger works. The sign up should work, though I may have to change this. And this is what happened was I got everything set up and then I tested it. So yes, definitely test what you're doing. And this is why, which, by the way, I have to say that I tested a link the other day on one of my YouTube videos, didn't go where it should have gone. And I'm like, okay, I think I just lost money because of that. But life goes on, and I have no way to prove that I did or didn't lose money. So I'm like, I'm just going to pretend like I didn't then. So anyway, so you can sign up. It'll email you the code, right? All automated. I'm not doing this manually. And then you just take and put the code in here. If you're like, hey, Kim, I don't want you to have my email, then go through Messenger, because you will then be a subscriber on Messenger. And that gives me data, right? That helps me fine tune marketing in some way. So I'm giving you something for free in exchange for your help with me fine tuning my marketing. That's kind of the way it works all the time. So this one is you put it in and it unlocks it. It has the course. Now, the first video that's in there, not up yet. Why? Because it's scheduled to be posted as soon as I got the ebook working. So the ebook, you sign up and you say, claim my free copy. It takes you to a thank you page. It now has a download link, so you can download it instantly. Originally, I did not have a download link because you're supposed to get it in the email. And that is a strategy used by people who want real emails, right? Because what happens is, like, and this is an example of a marketing strategy that is not as effective, solo ads. So solo ads is when you pay somebody else who has a list, and you pay them and say, okay, well, I'm going to pay for X amount of clicks, and I want that many clicks, and I'm going to pay you $1 a click or whatever. So, right. So you pay somebody $100 and you think you're going to get 100 clicks, and you're going to get, I don't know, 10, 15 signups from that. Yeah, I've done that before. I went through, I can't remember the name of it now. It's a very popular solo ad place. Went through one of the top rated guys and everything. It looked amazing. I mean, I think I paid him like $200 or $250 or something. And I got like a ton of clicks, a ton of signups. And then like a week later, I went, you know what's really weird? And I went back in to look at the stats, and I said, nobody actually claimed the free item, right? Because they had to click and download it. So it was simple. They signed up and I emailed the link to the download. Because keep in mind that when somebody's emailing, they're emailing it out supposedly to legitimate emails. So you would think that, I think when all is said and done, I had like 30 signups, right? Out of 30 signups, you'd have at least a couple people that would click and download that link, even if they were using bad, even if the majority of people were using bad emails. And something in solo ads that is common for people to do, and this is especially in like other countries because they have this, less software restrictions and less computer restrictions, is that they'll automate it. So they'll just take, whatever their system is, a bunch of different IPs and everything, and they'll just have their software going and signing up and using emails that they find, or fake emails, or making them up, or whatever. And sometimes they're real emails. Like, they've created these entire personas. In fact, I took a course once that taught me how to do all of it. And I went through it all and I said, you know what? That's a freaking ton of work, right? It's a ton of work if you're not going to be scamming people. And the whole point of the course that I was taking wasn't to scam people. It was to help with like your marketing and making sure that you could, if you're working with multiple businesses, they all have their own IPs. Because back then, this was 10 years ago, almost 9 years ago, something like that. Back then, you couldn't have, like Google as an example, you couldn't have multiple Gmail accounts because they'd start flagging you and shutting them down. Now Google's savvy to the fact that people need different Gmail accounts for different businesses, right? And in fact, they let you do it. They ask you when you sign up sometimes, is this for you or to manage a business? And they have really evolved since then. And other ones have not. So that's why it's still useful. But anyway, but that's what they do. They put all this together, they make all these fake people, and then they sign up. And it's really frustrating because you just paid somebody $250 to have them run their software. And you did not get in front of any real people. You might as well waste your time on social media, literally. I mean, it's cheaper. So there are, and I'm not saying all solo ads are bad, right? I've had signups from solo ad-ish type things. So they're not bad, but you definitely want to make sure that your marketing is getting you money. And if it's not, then it's a mismatch. So that's where those two things come in. So I made this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't get anything to work. So I haven't even had a chance to promote it yet because I couldn't ever get the emails to work. So I have a ticket into the software program because it says, well, you're capturing emails, but they're not getting sent out. And I'm like, why? What did I do wrong? I don't know. They'll be like, yeah, Kim, you forgot to hit on. No, I did check that. For the record, I did check that. But it could be a Kim problem. It could be I set it up wrong. It could be, something along the path that just broke. It's more than likely a Kim error, but it's one of the first times I've set up a full automation. And it's baffling to me that I can do it in one and it works. Oh, and actually it does work. So I think it works in this one. So I set up a different automation for a different list and it doesn't work. Right. So then I think, I don't know what I did wrong. So I have a ticket into them to fix it. But now you can download this. So on that note, if you signed up to this when it was on the holding or when it was on the wait list, I recommend you do it again. I obviously already have your email. It's just I can't send emails right now. And I don't know what the problem is. So until I can fix that, I don't want to go in there and start messing up more stuff until they tell me how to fix what the problem is. So coming back in here, the link should be in the description and you can sign up and get the ebook. And now you have a download. So I guess until I fix it, you can always choose to give me a fake email, but that's kind of mean. Just saying. All right. So same thing with affiliate marketing course, except for this one, we'll email you the code. Please don't share the code because the whole point is to get people to sign up, right? And again, as a warning for those who have been around for a while, this will not be the end place for this course, right? Eventually, I'm going to put it on somewhere that is more course-like. But until I get to the point where, and this is the same thing I had to tell myself, right? I'm using 50 tools and I have one company that does nothing to do with those 50 tools paying for these 50 tools. I need to stop. That's like a huge waste of money, right? If those tools aren't making me money, I shouldn't have them. And that's where I went back through and I said, okay, this isn't making me money. It's a great tool. I love it, but I need to cancel it. This one's not making me money. It's a great tool. I need to cancel. And I've got 3 more slated that if I can't get them to work right, and it's not that there's a problem with them. It's just something broke along the way and I can't fix it. And if they're not going to help me fix it, they're not going to get my money anymore. We all should be doing that and saying, look, I'm not going to pay you if this is not beneficial to me. That's the same thing that goes if you're offering something to someone and obviously you're doing the work, but you should be providing something of value if you're charging somebody for something. All right. So something else I learned for those of you who want to do ebooks is that you cannot do what I did with my ebook and publish it on Amazon. There are 2 things. One, I put it as a PDF and let's see if I can pull up the PDF real quick. I have a bunch of copies of it. So you think it would be easy to find, but what? Oh, I'm in the wrong section. I'm like, what is this? I know you can't see it. So you would not understand my confusion in the first place. All right. So I can at least show you a picture of one of the 3D pictures that it generates. It's pretty cool. So I changed the front a little bit, which you saw there. I'm trying to find I think this is the ebook. Again, I downloaded it like a bunch of times. So it's in PDF format, right? So one, I don't know for those of you who have ever gone on Amazon and been like, hey, I'm gonna load up books. When I first did, I haven't done ebooks on Amazon in a long time. Okay, a long time. And the last one I did, I made it in Word, and maybe that's why I never noticed this. But I specifically checked before I created this book, I specifically checked to see if Amazon would accept the PDF. And it was like, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. There might be some formatting issues, but we'll take it. And so I make it, get it all in the PDF, and then I go into Amazon. I'm like, I'm just going to upload it. And I'm like, nope, it's not going to work. So I have to recreate the book in like Word document or something. And that's the whole thing that cracks me up, right? You're supposed to be able to get all this information free from Amazon to walk you through it. No. If you don't know what you're doing, or you don't have resources that somebody's provided you, or somebody hasn't like walked you through the steps, it's a nightmare to figure out. It's kind of like Facebook these days where you try to click. My sister goes, I can't even find the group. She's like, yeah, I have to click on groups, and then I have to click on this section, and then I have to click on the thing. How come I can't just go there? And I was like, bookmark it like I do. And then she goes, I have it bookmarked. Yeah, I don't know. So PDF format does not load up into Amazon. And then, of course, if you want to do other outlets, which I'll be testing all that, and I'll share that information with where I can submit a free one and everything. The other thing is that inside my ebook are tons of links to more information, right? That's apparently a no-no on Amazon. Now, it's more like a risk to put it on there than it is an absolute you can't do it, because the thing is that they're not going to allow you to load it if it doesn't have enough value for what they're paying. So they're all talking about selling ebooks, right? So yeah, you don't want to sell a list of stuff that links out to everywhere. I guess unless that was what the book was about. But anyway, you would definitely want to make sure you provided content. So what I'll probably do is go in and I'm going to add in some more sections into here and remove some of the links out, because instead of saying go here for more information, I'll just have to add a little bit more information in and then say, if you want more information, and then I'll just make it like one link or something, which I've been working on that in the first place. So again, this ended up being a massive project. I don't know why I thought it was going to be quick. I always do that. I always underestimate that. So we have our monetization method, right? So in this case, what I'm doing in the ebook is affiliate marketing. I have, affiliate marketing / driving traffic back to my website. Those are the two things we've talked about all along. That's the whole goal, right? To increase the amount of people who are purchasing through affiliate products and the amount of people who are visiting the website, because that's where I run ads. So my marketing methods are all of them, right? Marketing omnipresence. And have not quite gotten to that point. And that's going to be a challenge, because if I'm not pinning on Pinterest, if I'm not posting on Facebook, if I'm not, whatever you do on Instagram now, I don't know. And I would say tweeting on Twitter, but that's unlikely. That'll only be automation, because I'm sorry, I still don't understand Twitter or the point of it or how it ever existed this long. 180 words, what can you say, right? I mean, from the day Twitter started, it's been made fun of, and I still agree with it. I don't get it at all. And there could be value. If you think that there's value and you're like, hey, Kim, I think you'd really benefit, do a video, send it to me, and argue why Twitter has value. I will watch it happily. In fact, I recommend you put it on your channel. That way you'll get some more views. All right. So let's look at this. I wanted to talk about, this is part of the omnipresence thing that I've been talking about, right? How do we speed up our processes? Now, I'm going to warn you, I haven't done this yet. So I had brought the program. I specifically be able to do some stuff with it, and I haven't had a chance to dive in and play with it because I've been working on an ebook and an affiliate marketing course. So I come in here. This is Design Beast, which I haven't done a full review on, which I will do. But I wanted to show you specifically one in it, which is the all-in-one design and mockup engine. There's one piece in here is what actually drew me to this. There's lots of other stuff that you can do, because actually the front end comes with 6 products. And I think the launch is closing or closed, one of the two. So the pricing, I think, stayed the same. So it was just the, people giving their bonuses and everything. But so the all-in-one design and mockup engine, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do banner set. And the point of this right now is I'm going to try to find something that I can quickly make a lot of different elements for. Now the banner set, what it does is, you can see it says 10 sizes here. I don't know if you can actually see that or not. This is, sorry, my tailwind thing's getting in there. So 10 sizes. Sorry, I'm just double checking to make sure I can see on the other screen. In fact, let's do this. That'll help. I forgot I left it like that. All right, so we have 10 sizes, and you can just kind of see the general layout. Now, there's a couple things here. I'm going to back it back out a little bit. Now I'm on the wrong page. That's not helpful at all. Here. Okay. The pictures are going to be there. So what you got to think about this is that the only thing you can do quickly is the text. So and I say that you're going to do everything quickly, but speed it up. But what this does is it gives you 10 different sizes that you can use. Now, I'm not going to use all 10. I don't think so, but you could. We'll see. It just depends on how well you get with the omnipresence, but this is a good start. I don't think this 20 really means 20. I looked at that. I was like, wow, 20? What am I missing? And I went in there. I'm like, I think there's only 10 still. So I think it's all 10. But let's say we do something like this one, right? I'm going to come in here, and you can do a logo, and I guess I could try to do one if I can remember where it's at. I'll make you guys not sick while I'm clicking around. And desktop cleanup. I have like this special section for weird stuff on my computer, and it's not working because I'm live, isn't it? Yeah, as soon as I go live, this stops working. I have no idea why. Okay, so we're going to skip it. Anyway, so you could do a logo. I do recommend the 250 by 250 because like I have a long one, and I have to adjust on every single one, and it's so annoying. So now we'll see. I got this to break the other day. It was during launch, and then I went into my email and went, oh, whoops, they did tell us that they were doing an update. So I tried to do it while they were doing an update. It didn't work so well. So let's come in here, and we're going to change here's one of the challenges I already have with this is that my business name is too long, right? So I'm not really sure if I care that the business name is on there or not, because the picture I'm going to, and I already uploaded it once right here, right? So I'm going to delete her. Make sure I have the right section. Yeah, I'm going to delete her, and I'm actually going to I'm going to delete this too, because I have a lot of text in this already. Resize it. Now you'll notice here that, that's funny, that didn't update. Again, guys, when you're live, you mess stuff up. I don't know why. It just doesn't, something on the computer, it must be taking too many resources. Now the picture will not auto update, but you're supposed to be able to come here and say, yeah, it's doing it. Claim your free ebook today. Okay, so you can see on the side, the other sizes, they are putting the text in there for you, which really speeds up the process because now you can keep it the same, right? So again, I'm not going to use all 10, but I'm going to go ahead and do the ones. It doesn't change out the image because images can be different sizes. So I'm just going to kind of, I don't know why it kept a little busy when I deleted it in the online shopping. So I guess it doesn't delete as well. But now I can just go in. That one's done. And if you come here, that's that right here. Well, that's weird. That's really weird. Huh. Okay. Claim your free ebook today. So now we'll go into this one. And now I can delete her and add the book back in. So but the text really goes a lot faster. And this, if you wanted to do this on Pixabay, or not Pixabay, why I just said Pixabay, I don't know. If you wanted to do this on Canva, not even close. If you wanted to do this on Canva, you would have to pay for their pro version, which is fine. Canva is actually really cool. I like it. I use it a lot, but I don't like their pro version. And the reason why is because I don't feel like you get enough value for what you're paying for. Why? Because if it were one time, yeah. So Marjorie asked, do you want shop now or something like Get Now or something like that? Yeah. So yeah, it would be not shop now. You're right. And you'd want to come in and put whatever you want in here. You could say you're going to have, again, this is another one that it's like claim my ebook. If you want to get long, goes back to the traditional marketing where you say you need to keep it short and simple. So yeah, so we Get Now, and then I might even add an arrow in, right? Because they have images, I think, or is it objects? So I can say arrow, and maybe I'll pick like this arrow. and then I can, and then they'd have to click that button or whatever. But keeping in mind that most of these are going to be like, if you're on Instagram as an example, and you know what, I might actually make a suggestion to them that they label what size these are, so you know which ones are which, because some of them are pretty close. Like this one and this one are really close in size. And so then I'm going, okay, wait, which one's the Instagram size? Because Instagram, you wouldn't want to do this at all. You would want it to say, you could say get now, where you would want to add in something about click the link in the bio or something like that. And in fact, I'd probably put that as an image. So, and you can take the bulk, you can take bulk text off. So if you wanted to say, if you wanted to, completely mess it up, you could do that. Kim's really good at that. Claim now. So now it's just on that one. It's not on all of them. Or you could say, not biop, link in bio, something like that. So you could do, you could obviously do them separately, you can do them together. And so what I would do is everything that I wanted common, I would, especially on the text at least, I would do first. And then I would come in here and fine tune each one that I wanted. And the sad thing is that whether you're using Adobe, whether you're using there's third-party software that does this specifically for ads, and you pay like $100 a month for it. And it's just as good as this, right? I mean, you still have to go in and individually do each one because each size, and there's just no way there's no technology available, at least not within a range of people willing to pay for it. Sorry, I was going to take this color real quick because it's bugging me. And change it. No. So now, of course, I wouldn't. Maybe that's a little orangey for me, but oh, no, that didn't work either. All right. And I'm totally messing it up now. Kim's clicking on stuff. Background. So I will say this is not high end, right? This is not high end technology at all. But if you're like, hey, I think that it's pretty cool. I like it. Like I said, I bought the whole thing because I do that. But this was one that I said, I like the whole bundle because it gives you a lot more options. So like the front end, you can do this, but you only get like so many credits for it, right? And then oh my gosh, my computer's freezing up. I hope I'm still on. It is not working right. I think maybe because I closed Facebook, maybe that'll help. I had it open so I could share into the group, but now I don't have to have it open, right? All right. Oh, which is funny because again, I still have that open on another device and it's not showing it. Okay. So anyway, no matter what you do, whether it's a high end one, you have to do your own tweaking for it. So you can add, that's a great opportunity to be able to add in things. Now for me, like I said, I'm going to have to go through and figure out which one of these. There's only like 5 platforms I want them on. I think one of these is a LinkedIn one. So if I ever decide to do LinkedIn ones, I could do that, which by the way, I'm testing out. But unfortunately, a lot of automation for LinkedIn is sketchy at best because LinkedIn, now owned by Microsoft, wants to do their own stuff. So that's just kind of a quick overview of how this works. And like I said, I might suggest that they tell you with either the size or what they go to, like if this is an Instagram one or whatever. Or I'll just go in and figure it out because it'll be the same every time, I'm pretty sure. Look at a different one real quick just to see. How about less orangey this time? How about this one? This one's not so orangey. No, my computer won't work right. So I'm not going to try it again. There we go. Pretty sure that's not what it looked like when it started. Okay, so yeah, doing this live, tough. But this is one of those where it's not helpful because I can't see this. It's all light. I wonder if I change the background. Backgrounds. Let's change it so we can see it. So that's the one right here. And you can, that's actually a really cool background. That is a cool background. So you can come in again, like I said, you can change it. And you can't, so I would have to duplicate that. I wonder if I can duplicate that. Again, like I said, I haven't played with this yet. So you just have me messing around with this. Text. I don't know if I can or not. But why have that when I can have this? So I can do Little Biz Resources. And we'll change it to be white for now. I don't like that white, but anyway, so that's what you do. You get to play with it. And then it looks like the background is going to be one you have to add in as well, which is fine because then you can do different ones if you want to. And sometimes your background is going to be an image that won't work for all of them. But yeah, this is pretty cool. It is not very expensive. It's a one-time fee. At least it was when I was last looked at it. And that is better than, in my opinion, that's better than having to pay monthly. I'm going to tell you now, they have, is it an all-in-one? Again, I'll have to do a full review on this when I dive into it, but they have one that is, well, Logo Factory, for an example. That one comes in, I think, in the front end because I have obviously all of them in here. But they have this alone. I bought a resource for, oops, I spelled that wrong. Resources, and then being awesome with awesome people. I don't know if that's long, if that's too long, but we'll just do that. We'll do graphical and see what it is. And we'll do business. So just this tool right here, I paid $77, something like that. Company shut it down within like a year. Now, what's weird is that company sells other software that I have that I love. And I'm like, I don't get it. But this is where, okay, so that is really long tag right there. It's not going to fit on all of them, but it generates all these different logos at one time. So you can, if you want to sell it as a service, or if you're like, hey, I just want to do my own stuff. Like if you are like me and just build websites. I had to get off the B word. Build websites on a regular basis, then this is a lot faster. It's something to get started with, maybe not something that's you want to keep forever, but it gives you, and these are obviously going to be templates that are already in there, and it's going to be the same. You're just going to change out the name and the title. And yeah, that one did not pull it. That's weird. Again, stuff goes wrong when you go live. It's like the law. It's a law. So anyway, so that alone I thought was really cool. And I was like, man, I paid whatever the cost of this was on the front end. I paid like double that for just that one software program that did something, and it wasn't even as good as that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then they have some other stuff in here, but again, the one-click background remover, they're like, I use Adobe, and their one-click background remover is not very good. It's not very good at all. So this, even if it was half as good as Adobe's, for not having to pay $50 something a month, I mean, I think it's like $20 if you just wanted Photoshop, but just be able to say, okay, hey, I don't have to pay monthly if I'm just removing backgrounds, then that tool alone would help. Now, it's a lot like the Adobe one where it's got the magic background remover and it doesn't always work right. In fact, that's the update that they did, was improving this. So I think these are the first 6 that come in the front end, and then it goes into more stuff after that. So this, I really like. The software is not high end. It's not super expensive, but it is a lot of fun, and I like it. And it's something, if you're thinking about, hey, how do I speed up the process? This is the type of thing you have to look at. This doesn't mean you can't do it in Canva, right? You can do a lot of the same stuff in Canva. You can't do a background remover in Canva. They want you to pay for that upgrade. Let's see. There was another one that they did in the front 6 that I can't remember what it was, but I'll have to look again. And I remember paying. Oh, in fact, wait, where is that? Is it? I think it's in the all-in-one design. Then they have. No. Is it in this one? There's a mock-up one somewhere where you do mock-ups. It may not be this one. This is a Slick image editor. Ads. Oh, this one's really cool. It's not, I don't think it's in the front end. I think it's an upgrade, but it's super cool. I want to play with that one really. And like I said, I'm going to do a full review. This is really cool. And then I think this one I like too, but you have to embed it on your site. And then Magic Object Remover. That one's pretty interesting too. I have to find the one. There was one that they had that had mock-ups. And I was like, wait, if they're going to have mock-ups, then that just eliminates Placeit, because Placeit I pay $80 something a year for, and it was doing exactly what they were showing off. So I'll have to play with it and look, but I just wanted to share that with you. I'm already running pretty late just talking about these things. So I was going to do Google Analytics, but Google Analytics changed to, let's pull this back up, to Google Analytics 4. And I don't know how to use it. I mean, let me show you guys. I'll show you what I mean. Let me not make you sick. I'll do it on the other side real quick. Google Analytics. I obviously don't care that much about Google Analytics, because to me, it's great that I'm getting traffic and everything else. But so this is where I'm baffled. I set up analytics so that it's on the main site. Now, my understanding, and this is what Google Analytics told me when I set everything up, was that if I wanted to track subdomains, I had to do it separately. So I did. Well, this is tracking the subdomains. So which is fine. It's just the subdomains don't mean as much to me as the main domain. So I don't know. It's just weird. And all of this, I look at it and I just want to go to sleep and be like, just give me a number. And I'm like, okay, so this is interesting. That bounce rate is actually really good. I know it says it's up, but that's a really good bounce rate. And then that session duration is much longer than it has been. It's been like 30 seconds. I'm like, what are you learning on 30 seconds on my site? That's usually people who are probably clicking and not getting through very well. So bounce rate can be an indicator that there's something wrong with your site, or that the content isn't consistent with what they were expecting. So like example would be if you go on Pinterest and say, hey, check out this page where you can get, you can watch a video, and then they click on the page and it's an opt-in page. You're going to have a higher bounce rate because people are expecting to see a video, right? And so you have to prepare them. You could say sign up to see the video, or, register here, something like that. So it kind of prepares them, but you're going to get less clicks, right? Because people just want to go through. They're a big content consuming element on Pinterest. So same thing with Facebook. If you're mismatching what their expectations are, they're going to get a higher bounce rate. So it can tell you two things. It could tell you there's something wrong with the site, or it could tell you that there's a mismatch between your marketing and where they're landing. That's typically what that is. The other problem is, and I have to figure out how to do this, I need to turn off bot traffic. There's supposedly some way you can do that in here where you basically don't track bot traffic. And that could be another indicator of your high bounce rate. Could just be bots going to your site and messing with that, which you would think that Google would be like, yeah, we're not counting that, but I guess they do. So the only thing I have in here is I do have a dashboard that tells me if it's Pinterest sending traffic, which it's not, right? So it says there's 107 total sessions, but it doesn't tell me how many unique visitors are on here, but this is sessions. Now, what's interesting on this one is sessions by source shows me that almost half my traffic is coming from Google, right? That's pretty interesting considering that I don't rank for like any keywords. So I'm like, wow, that's a lot of my traffic is coming from Google. That's interesting. Facebook.com is the yellow one. Direct traffic is the green right here. And then this track app is a place that I have them, they're tracking that. It's a tracking thing, but it's for a partner, like a program that I said, here, yeah, put my link for this on there. And that's how many people are coming through because of that right there, right? And then other is just other right there. And I don't know what this SiteGround is the hosting. So that is 20% of my traffic. 19 sessions is from tools.siteground.com. That sounds like bots, right? That sounds like their bot doing something, checking something, whatever it is. And so it concerns me that a lot of my traffic may just be bot traffic right now. And right now it's fine. There's nobody on my site except for me. And yeah, so I don't have any from Pinterest, but that was the whole point of this dashboard, is for Pinterest. This dashboard came from somebody, but it's old. It doesn't accommodate all the changes. So I just use it to go, did I get any Pinterest traffic? Because like it says tribe on here still, right? We don't do tribes. It's not tribes anymore. Anyway, so this is where it's like, I mean, they changed this from the last one, and it's to focus on your cross device. So you can see down here, you've got your traffic and channel, and then you can break it down by source or medium, and it tells you down here, same thing, right? Google or organic. So in this time frame, whatever time frame I'm in, what time frame am I in? And how do I change the time frame? Last 30 days, maybe? Do last 90 days? Oh, look, that got up pretty high right there, though. Monthly, I should say. This is monthly, up to 300 and something. That's not horrible. And then I see when it shows a down percentage, I just ignore that because it doesn't mean anything. But this will show you what pages are being visited. So the contact page gets quite a bit. I will tell you, I get plenty of spam, so that makes sense. Funnelmates review, that's interesting. Affiliate marketing course, that's 17. I'm wondering if they're doing, I also need to go in and eliminate my IP address so that it doesn't track me anymore, because I go to the contact page to grab the link. And I also go to this affiliate marketing course a lot lately, right? And this is the last 7 days. So let's go last 90 days and see. So 645 to the contact page. That's bots, guys. That's totally bots. There's no way I have that many people going to my page. That's a lot of people who are sending me messages. I'm telling you, this is why I don't get reply that often. This is the homepage, I believe. 326 was just the slash. 219 Funnelmates review. That's interesting. And then this is the tag. So this is them coming in after they've searched that, and that's what Google has decided to show them whatever the page is based on the tag. So that's what they're doing. And then this is, oh, that's interesting because that's on a different domain. That's on a subdomain. So, and then an affiliate marketing course, Pinterest group boards. I do get people coming in there from Pinterest to sign up for getting onto the group board. I don't know why, because you really shouldn't even be doing group boards anymore. And then, unless it's a good group board, but for the most part, my group boards aren't that great. They're optimized at least, but yeah. So you can come in here and you can see that's helpful to know like what your traffic is coming in, what pages are not getting found. And then, maybe fine tuning it, changing the title, maybe, oh, hey, I don't have any pins going there. Duh, nobody's going to find it then. Which reminds me of when somebody once told me, they're like, oh, hey, and I'm going to use this as an example. Okay. So up until yesterday, this did not exist, right? So how would you get to my free affiliate marketing course if it wasn't in the menu? And it wasn't in here. I need to take all this stuff off. You'd have to have a direct link to it, right? Well, if you're not promoting it, so you have a page and they're called orphan pages. That's what they call these, orphan pages. They exist. Google can find them. But as far as Google's concerned, there's no way to get to it. So Google's not going to give it any credence because there's just not enough. There's nothing that takes you to it, right? So you have to have a menu. You have to have a link to it from somewhere else on your site. It's internal linking. You have to have these elements. Otherwise, it's an orphan page. So a lot of times that's how you can build opt-in pages. You just don't have them connected to anything. There's a lot of different strategies you can do with that. But if you have an orphan page and you're going, hey, I'm not getting any traffic to it, it's because it's an orphan page. And, and Marjorie, I know you know this because you're probably laughing going, yeah, I've heard so many people say that too, because seriously, I can't even tell you how many people are like, yeah, I don't have any traffic to this page. And I'm like, well, how do you get to it? Oh, well, they just have to Google it. No, that's not the way it works. You have to have links to it. So yeah, that always cracks me up. There's all these little tiny things these are little pieces, right? Little pieces. If your monetization method, let's take e-commerce as an example, right? So you have your monetization method. We're going to say we're going to monetize e-commerce. It's going to be on Etsy. And then you publish product. And so you publish a product. So first of all, you have to have a product. And I can't tell you how many times that people, we're teaching Etsy stuff and they come to us and like, well, I want to make money on Etsy. I'm like, okay, great. What do you want to sell? I don't know. Okay. So do you want to like make stuff, or is it going to be vintage, or is it going to be like a supply? I don't know. So you don't want to make money on Etsy, because if you did, you'd pick something to sell on it then. Well, I mean, I don't know. Just tell me what to sell. And it's like, that's not the way it works. You got to pick something. So yeah, we have a lot of people that will reach out to us and be like, oh yeah, I see you're selling on Etsy and I want to do the same thing. Okay. In fact, I had a lady contact me. Will you buy this stuff from me? No. Why would I buy that from you? I sell it. She's like, well, I don't really want it anymore. And I've got a ton of it. I'm like, well, then just start your own shop and sell it. And she goes, nah, it's too much work. I'm like, really? So it was, yeah, that's there. She's not going to get into your past a hobby with that, by the way. So you're going to publish your product on Etsy, and guess what you still have to do? You still have to promote it, right? You still have to do stuff. And this is where I know there's tons of stuff in the forums. There's people complaining about it galore. Etsy's been messing around with stuff. So if you're on, I know Marjorie, you're on Etsy again. Oh, and I did talk to my sister. She is really busy this week. So I'm going to have to, she said she couldn't get me a day yet, but I'm going to have to ask her to solidify one for next week to do some Etsy Q&A and stuff. So that is on our, we did talk about it and say we need to do it, but we never did get to solidify a date because Thursdays are horrible for her. All right. So Marjorie, since you're on, do you have any questions? And while you're typing that in, I'm going to go on the other side and check on Facebook real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anything in the group. Yep. See, shortcut, not here. She's right. They've messed around with that a lot. Okay. So I don't see anything, any specific comments. I know the group's been kind of quiet this week because I haven't had a chance to jump in there and share a bunch of stuff. So yeah, really nothing this past week from anybody. Okay. Well, Marjorie, what we're going to do, I'll reach out to her again. I know I tried to talk to her before when my daughter was in dance, and she had to go run some errands and stuff. And my grandparents were able to get back into their house at the lake. That's up at Lake Almanor in Northern California where the fires are. They were evacuated for a really long time and they were able to get back in. In fact, it's really funny if you look at the map, like the section that they're in is white now. So there's no restrictions, no limitations, but everything around them is either under, recommended or evacuation warning, which means get ready to evacuate, or mandatory evacuation. And so it cracks me up because I'm going, I don't know if that's where, I don't think they're there because I think they're back in Sparks, but I'm sitting there going, why is that not evacuation mandatory then? I mean, it's really weird, but I guess they just, okay. So next Friday, all right, I'll see if my sister is available next Friday. I'm writing down a note. Next Friday let's see. I'll have to check my calendar too, because I have like a standing appointment on Fridays, but I can't remember what time. It's 9:01 tomorrow and I don't remember what time it is. So I'll have to work around that for Etsy questions. So I'll reach out to you once I can get Christy to solidify something. And we'll bring some other questions that we've heard people ask and, stuff like that too. So we'll do just like a dedicated Etsy one. All right. So if that's it, that is it for today. We will do a better update next week with the progress towards 25,000, but we'll go with 100 so far, which again, I said I wasn't too worried about August or September. And that's because I knew going in that I wasn't ready to do full-fledged marketing until I started getting the content. And so content, in my case, that's what I need, content to be able to do my marketing methods. So we'll keep working on that. This week, I hope to have some more posts in progress and test some reels and some idea pins out again, and we'll see how it goes. So thanks, Marjorie, for coming. And if anybody else popped on, I appreciate that. Jokes at the beginning for the replay if you missed it from my daughter, courtesy of Cassandra. And I will see everybody next week, and I'll be posting some videos in the meantime. So thanks again, Marjorie. Have a great weekend, and I'll reach out to you as soon as I get some info from my sister. Thanks.